isn't Black History Month in Cincinnati without highlighting the Harriet Beecher Stowe House. The nationally acclaimed historic site is undergoing restoration efforts for families to check out soon. And joining with me is Communications Manager Abigail Zhang. Abigail, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so excited to have you guys here. For those who don't know, 1840, Harriet Beecher Stowe was an abolitionist. So you guys are doing restoration efforts from 1840 and 1940. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, you've not been to a historic house like ours. The house has been there since 1832, and there's more than one story to tell. So we're really excited to get the house ready for the next generation of visitors to the Stowe House, where we can talk about the 1840s history of abolitionist Harriet Beecher Stowe, the Beecher family, the impact of the Lane Seminary debates on the national conversation about slavery. But then also we can fast forward 100 years, talk about the 1940s history of Walnut Hills, the epicenter of the Black business district in Cincinnati. And the house at that point was the Edison Inn. It was a boarding house and a tavern. 19 residents lived in the bedrooms upstairs in little apartments. And downstairs was the Edison Inn, a tavern that was run by Irene and Tom Bacon, an African-American couple that were Cincinnati transplants from Chicago. He was a World War I veteran. She ran the tavern. And the tavern was listed in the Green Book, a traveler's guide for Black Americans that helped African Americans from within their own community navigate Jim Crow laws all over the country, not just in the South.
I think that's fascinating. I love learning about the Green Book. So you guys have been under restoration efforts for 5 years.
Yes, there's been a lot that needed to be done in order to prepare the house for its next 100, 200 years of visitors. And so we have been restoring the exterior of the house to look as it did in 1840. There's been a lot of changes. If you drive past on Gilbert Ave, you'll see it's been restored to the color that it was in 1840. The shutters and the windows are the way that it looked then. And then inside, we're restoring some parts of the house to the Beecher era, and then some parts to that 1940s history. We'll be recreating the tavern, and we'll be recreating a boarding house bedroom upstairs, so people can really understand that the house has witnessed many different years of history, and there have been different generations that have come together to speak truth, to pursue freedom and humanity for all, right here in Walnut Hills.
And so you guys are going to be giving some sneak peek tours for families this month, am I correct?
Yes, so Saturdays and Sundays from now through the end of April, we've worked out with our contractors to say, clean up a little bit, let us bring some folks through, and you can see it in progress. You can see as the finishes go on, the new wallpaper goes on, new carpet is installed, artifacts are beginning to be put in place to give people the ability to see the history for themselves, and then have a conversation with an educator, not only about the history, but then about the things that it brings up in yourself, about your own lived experience and what you want to do to commit to improving the world in the future.
And I commend you guys for like going in and trying to enhance things. Like, how can we really tell the story so that, you know, contemporary times can understand what it was like back then?
Yeah, we really enjoy the opportunity to connect people to a shared history. We have a shared history, we have a shared future, and a site that has witnessed so many different generations of history. It really gives people a connection to say, you know, these people made hard choices, they did brave things, and we can be part of that too. Yes,
Abigail, and so if we want to figure out the tour times on Saturdays and Sundays, how can we do so?
Yes, book online ahead of time. It's a $5 flat rate. And there's tour times on Saturdays from 10 to 4 and Sundays from 12 to 4.
And that's your website, right?
StowHouseCincy.org.
StowHouseCincy.org. Abigail, thank you so much.
Sure, you could stop watching now, but let's be honest, you want to see more. So click some of those links, or better yet, go ahead and tap subscribe. That way you'll catch more content from Local 12.